Welcome back everyone! Today is the final race of the Zwift Racing League on the Empire Elevation course in New York. Not exactly an easy route, and it all ends with a brutal New York KOM climb. Definitely not my cup of tea, but we're going to make the best of it. And I can already see all of you wondering why I'm wearing this weird cycling cap. Well, I'll tell you more about that later in the video. Ta 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 da! It's completely tied to my next project, and you can actually win the cap too. So definitely keep watching! Back to the race then. Today's race is relatively short, just under 26 kilometers, but the course is far from easy. I'm expecting the first small climbs around kilometers 4 and 6. I should be able to get through those without too much trouble, but then we dive into the subway where a few nasty ramps are waiting, and those are quickly followed by the Manhattan Bridge. After 3 kilometers you can see that everyone seems to have the same idea. Let's hide in the group and hope we can still be in the bunch when we hit the start of the New York KOM. Although not sure what my teammate Peter Jan is doing here, I don't hope it's a waste of energy. And then after 4 kilometers we have the start of this little bump. Normally this shouldn't give any problems. And indeed we survived it as expected. And still after 5 kilometers a compact group, so let's see how long this is gonna last. And then just as expected and announced, after 6 kilometers there is another small test. I'm curious to see whether the peloton is going to push hard here. But normally I don't expect many riders to get dropped at this point. As you can see, I already had to push an average above 400 watts, so that's already quite a test for me. But luckily I was able to follow here. And then we dive into the subway where these little nasty rams are waiting for us. At this point I'm wondering if you're still curious about what my next project is going to be and whether you would like to win this fun cycling cap. Now we're getting ready for the first ramp. I'm definitely a bit nervous about it, especially because it's immediately followed by the Manhattan Bridge. The last time I explored this route in another Zwift race, the Manhattan Bridge was exactly where I get dropped from the group. So I'm already preparing for the worst. And on the corkscrew you can immediately feel the peloton ramping up the pace. I'm bracing myself for what's coming. Once again we're pushing 400 watts and more, just to stay with the group that's already stretching out in the distance. Towards the top I will need to throw in a few mini sprints if I want to hang on over the crest. Oof, we made it! And in this downhill section I can try to get in front again of this group. So far the Zwift Racing League City Showdown has been one big disappointment for me. I kept having to fight at the back, even though I was consistently hitting my usual numbers. At some point you just have to admit that these riders are a class above, and that you need to put in the work to get better yourself. So congratulations to all the guys who give their absolute best here every single week. After the Manhattan Bridge there's luckily a slightly longer section where things flatten out a bit, so in theory the pace should settle down until we reach the climb. Which means it's the perfect moment to tell you what my next project is going to be, and what my upcoming videos will be about. While week after week I had to accept that I simply couldn't keep up in this round of the Zwift Racing League, so I decided to plan a cycling holiday for the spring of 2026. In the first week of April I'll be heading to Mojácar in the south of Spain to enjoy some serious training in warm temperatures and hopefully under beautiful skies. So my next videos will be all about the road to Mojácar. The first topic will mainly focus on losing the extra weight, as you have probably noticed. That has been holding me back quite a bit during these races, and it won't be any different in Mojácar if I want to stay with the group on climbs like the Bédar or the Puerto de la Virgen. So I hope you are already looking forward to my next episodes and to the entire build-up leading into this cycling trip to Mojácar. Now back to business. At this point in the race there isn't much happening. Surprisingly, the entire group has more or less managed to stay together. We're all just waiting for the final explosion that will kick off roughly 2 kilometers from the finish. But don't be fooled, the pace has been high the whole time. So for many riders it's going to be game over the moment the climb starts. And yeah, you can definitely count me among them. For anyone still waiting to hear how you can win this cool little cap, I'll give you the answer right before the climb starts. But yes, the cap is linked to my cycling trip to Mojácar. As you can see, it even has Mojácar printed on the brim. It is a cap I bought during my last trip to Mojácar, but aha, where did I buy it? And oh my god, now I'm getting nervous. 4 kilometers to go, 2 kilometers before the climb. And to make things even more heroic, there's one last nasty little ramp right before the climb. Thank you guys! Hitting 800 watts just to stay with the group, my god. And now the answer to the question of how you can win this cool Mojácar cycling cap. In the description you will find the question, in which well-known cycling bar in Mojácar, the one that also serves delicious Belgian beers, did I buy this cap during my previous visit? Well, I tell you right now, just before the climb. The bar is called San Pedro and it's very popular among cyclists staying along the Mojácar coastline. And now that is out of the way, we are diving straight into the New York KOM. The peloton immediately drives the pace up hard and I can feel myself about to explode, just like the rest of the group. And this is where I found my breaking point. But I'm not the only one in trouble here of my team. Also Maarten, Geert, Frans in trouble. And at the end Maarten will end number 65, Geert 64. Frans 61 and I will end at place 58, so you can see this climb really hit us hard. Finally, Pieter Jan will end as our best rider today, just in the top 40, position 39. And Yves, he will follow closely on Pieter Jan on position 44. So quite a bad day for us. And then about the cap again, the first person to post the correct answer in the comments wins the cap, which I will personally buy on location in April 2026. If the winner lives in Belgium, I will hand it over in person. If the winner lives in another country, I will ship it to you. Good luck! That's it for this round of the Zwift Racing League. If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow and motivates me to keep going. I'm already looking forward to the next episodes in my Road to Mojácar series. Here's a little sneak peek. See you guys!